Escape to the luxurious Meropa Hotel in Polokwane and immerse yourself in a world of Moroccan-inspired grandeur. With 54 standard rooms and 4 luxurious suites, our hotel offers affordable accommodation options tailored to suit your needs. Whether planning a conference or seeking a weekend escape, our hotel provides the perfect setting for your next adventure. For bookings, email sunmeropahotel@suninternational.com or call our hotel reception on 015 290 5400.
Just Talk with DJ Cappuccino.
My name is DJ Cappuccino, Fortune Maswangani, Mhlali, Jingindaba wa Mkhatshane, Mkhatshane wa Holeni, Holeni wa Mashango, Mashango wa Mpatsi, Mpatsi wa N'washihoxani, Mpatsi wa Nkhandlana, Nkhandlana wa xitlhelo xa xikaya xa le ndleleni, xa ku khwenyuta vahundzi, vandlela, va ku rhandza ku tlanga hi ku tovana. Holeni, gape ke Tebogo, ke ngwana wa Mmatladi wa Pula ya Marole, ke nna setlogolo sa Bakgatla, Bakgatla ba Mosetla wa Magana le Kgomo. Ba re ha e namele setlhare a e je boreko, ke mo Setlaopa.
Just Talk with DJ Cappuccino.
Do you believe in witchcraft?
As much as the rivalry program Java said, we must also address the issue of
Have you been in an abusive relationship?
when she was being abused. We saw all those things. That guy was obsessed.
What's up, Mpamefisha?
I also do it sometimes.
This is a build-up. I'm telling you of a build-up now. The next thing is Lasha. But as you have dealt with so many cases, especially even with women, what are the red flags? Welcome to another episode of Just Talk with DJ Cappuccino. Today I have a powerful, deeply inspiring I'll be having a deeply inspiring conversation with this powerful woman, dynamic woman, whose story is rooted in purpose, resilience, and unwavering love for her community. Born and raised in Seshego, Polokwane, Bridget Ramokone is more than just an activist. She's a mother, a mentor, a voice for the silenced, the founder of Lentswe Laka Foundation, a grassroots organization fighting against gender-based violence and femicide. Bridget has dedicated her life to advocacy, mental health awareness, and uplifting vulnerable children. Welcome to Just Talk with DJ Cappuccino.
Thank you, DJ Cappuccino, for having me.
Do you believe in witchcraft?
Yes.
Happy you're so convinced. That yes came out very fast. Eh? You know those unnecessary questions there
Yes,
that you
I do.
ask for someone to relax, and you just went like, yeah.
Yeah.
But how do you know?
Witchcraft is there. I've seen people confessing. I mean, if somebody confessed that I've been doing this, then it means it's there. Yes, but I won't be saying names. Witchcraft is there.
So you believe somebody can actually bewitch you?
Not me. Yeah, but there is witches.
Or you did something
Yeah.
to yourself? Oscar. This is one of those unnecessary questions that I asked for you to relax and to welcome you nicely. You've had a quite a unique journey from Seshego to activism. Can you share what inspired you to leave your job and fully dedicate yourself to fight against gender-based violence?
Look, 2021 was one of those years, I would say, the clouds were too dark for me. When I lost my best friend due to gender-based violence. She got murdered by a taxi driver.
I'm so sorry.
Multiple shots. And how I got to find out as well was really devastating for me. And I'm far. And it's something that I never looked or ever thought it could ever happen. Even though there were traits that this man can be harmful, however, I didn't even think it can get to that point. So I was working in Pretoria, residing there. Cappuccino, I think I spent my youth life go Gauteng. After I left Seshego, grade 12, I've been in Pretoria. And 2021, that's when I officially said I'm coming back home. after I lost my friend, because now I was thinking, when you are depressed, I would say I was depressed then. And I'm thinking a lot of things. I'm thinking of her kids, the bond that they had with the mom. Maybe I thought I could also be part of, just help them heal when I'm closer, because they were actually used to me as well. And yeah, 2021, I lost my best friend. And during the time of mourning after the funeral, sat with her cousin and our other friend, old friend from high school. We were contemplating on opening a forum. And actually, we wanted to open a foundation under her name, but we could not use her name because obviously we had to find out if the family are okay with it. And yeah, that's when we decided to officially name our foundation Lentswe Laka. Yes, and then we officially launched it 2022, but it was founded in 2021.
But as a friend, ne? Or as someone who can be closer to someone going through abuse, don't you see the signs before? Are there no signs, or is it a case here? Yo, chomi tswada, but yo kamrata or can't. Like I just believe, I don't know. I just believe that sometimes we see the signs. We know this thing is happening. We know, oh, chomi, blue eye kacheko, it's all so you even help, you even have the right foundation. Ya utswalla blue eye, ya moto. Even us guys, I mean, nalmajita ba re mo ejo, okar ba o morile kacheko, and all that. But like seeing those signs, what makes people to continue still and still remain in relationships like that?
Okay, I'm going to speak on the perspective of my friend's view. Ne? When she was being abused, we saw all those things. That guy was obsessed. Yeah, today in Play platform, I must voice out for her because there's been your stories, and I feel like we have never done enough justice for her, for her side of the story,
And many people are going to relate to the
Yes,
story. Yeah.
yes. So she was abused. He would just come randomly back home, because you don't have confidence, or I felt like he was not loved that much. And with how he would come back and say, my friends are saying that undarala favor, when you're with me, because she was beautiful. I mean, and also learned and working well and coming from a well-off family, and
Abolale graju ban.
yes. And when you are coming from this side of the family, dilo di hlakane jwalo, and now you are meeting this beautiful lady, and a go rata o le jwalo, regardless of o sa ke pone wena, o sa ke pone ka bo wena gore you are worth being loved, and then I thoma go bona kore ke be ke bona ka o ba nyaka the motherly love in her, and some things you can't offer ka hara relationship. Bring your part, then I bring mine. Bophelo bo tswele pele. He was so upset that when we would go out, o tla mo founela about 10, 11 missed calls. And ga stopa ko yena, he also calls me. But there was a point where now I had to set the record straight. Look, I'm not your friend. I know you through my friend. Let's set that boundary. It's unfortunate that other friends, by long I won't mention, na gona o ya go bona, and o tla ya ayo venta ko bona, and le bona ba mo support. They'll listen to what he's saying. So now I was that friend, loyal friend to her. You've got to find your friends, speak to your friends, and she must come to me. I feel already she wants to cry. I must also listen to you. Find your own circle. Let's do this.
But did you give her advice?
And I gave her advice. Yes, I was coming there. I gave her advice. Sadly, by the time she decided gore o nyaka o tsamaya, she realized she's pregnant with a third child. And now for me, I kept on saying that is not a reason enough for you to stay in a relationship of this kind. Because obasa abusing the guy fella, the family was not supportive of the relationship. There were so many things that were said and they were depressing her. And by then, I mean, she's pregnant and she's like, her reasons were, I'm pregnant to me, and look, oh, ka ngwana boraro, who's going to take me serious? I was just thinking, we're going to do this relationship. And then we'll try to go for therapy with this person. And because le ena ba le excited or mpa gona jwanong o ikemišetša gore o nyaka go nyala wa bona. So well, I was like, okay, since well are o nyaka go nyala o serious, maybe if you do try that, ga e bona gore it's going to help. Mara nna from where I was sitting, aish, the relationship was just not working. Because when I Cappuccino, I feel like you can't be discussing your intimacy with as a person that you don't know, a friend. This is what is happening, and some things were just not on for me. But it's unfortunate gore kana go ile gore na rena wa sepela, I'm done, ngwana atla. And that's the thing ya ono re bolaya gore batho ba tlo reng, people are going to judge me, the third child, and ke ntho e modudisheng, and unfortunately took my friend's life, ish.
And many women have this thing, because of the number of children you have, you feel like it's over for you. If a person loves you, like we don't care, honestly, especially real men who are mature and smart. It's not a matter ya gore yo motho na le bana ba bakae, like it's like value it decreases o ka re o koloi o tsamaile di-kilos. No, that's not true. And you look at the case of your friend, you can see gore just fella issue ya bana was like, will I get another person to love me and still be with me? Hey, but I think it's sad with regard to, because most of these things we see them. We see it. Like now for instance, when I discover or no you are abusive towards your girl or wife, I will address you, but if Kibonokar is not changing, I'm going to just detach from you based on my other reasons. And many know you as Mama Bri, Mmago Sechaba. What does the title mean to you, really?
It takes a village to raise a child. Basically, it's that. Ke mma wa bana ba botlhe. Mo ke leng where I am, nna ke rata bana wholeheartedly. The name it was from bana ba my late friend. That's how they used to address me. So gantši ge re na le batho ba bangwe ke re gore Mama Bri, and then le nna got to love that how they would call me. And ge ke le in the midst of children or ke lo di-events ntšha bana, ba tla be ba re, Mama Naledi. And I'll be like, no, you call me Mama Bri. Mama, how when you see me, I'm your mom. That's how I'm being called. Le ge ke ya for the programs tša ko dikolong. And yeah, when I introduce myself, I'd say, Kina Mama Bri, because I want them to at a level la gore we see our mom. Because the aim go drive gore when you as a parent or biological parent, you're not able to talk le bana ba lena, or maybe you're not able to step in as mama. They know maybe let's try and let me speak to this woman. She's my mom. That is how I always introduce myself. So many schools ka mo Seshego ge ke tsena, once ke tsena ka ke batla Mama Bri, or ke tsena mo staging, they'll be like, Mama Bri, that's ke Mmago Sechaba.
Wow, no, I see it. You mentioned Lentswe Laka.
Yes.
You launched it in 2022. What was the moment or experience that pushed you to establish, except for issue your friend, or like it affected you and you thought like you should do that? But I feel like it's not something that can be born in one day. Maybe it's something that took time, and your friend's death triggered it.
Yes.
Yeah. But
look, yeah, I think because I think maybe lyric from I think I discovered the love of protecting batho ba leng around me. I've seen batho ba kushiwa botlhoko, and I begin to step in, even though some situations I'm not able to assist. So but I knew my calling had to do everything with what I'm doing currently. There were situations still when before I could even form or even think I would be here, God the foundation. Okay, listen, miracle the issues, and people will just randomly come to me, Renyaka advice, how can you possibly help? and I'll just stand up, voice out.
Yeah.
I remember a certain employer, ebile ba mpitsa, ba re ke nna Jabupule, ke nna ngwana wa tshwene, because I believed no woman should be oppressed in my presence. So there were things still on the under in my space, and if you like, no, someone needs to reprimand these people. We cannot be. And I was very young by then. I think I was 21, right? And I would like literally go to and get the rank. I'm speaking of Batwelon, Bago top management, and I would voice out. It's wrong. It's wrong. It should be dealt properly. And I wouldn't be biased, but let's sit down and clear situations so that a healthy working environment. Not only I'm like that. If things are not going well, my dad, I may soul rest in peace, but Papa really that baby man from Ramolepo, when I look at what did you must understand gore ke papa ke tlhogo ya lapa, but le ge ke be ke addressa le ena address ka respect. Papa are let's, because ka mokgwa le bolelang ka gona se ka mokgwa le gore santse dule ka gona or a se dule le nna ga botse. So yes, yeah, those are the things tse le gore ge ke tlo officially ke after losing my friend ke re ke dula fase ke bona the issue ya GBV. I started researching about it, and ebile ke nakwela go ne le that about that guy was a serial killer was Zimbabwe. I don't know if you followed that story. Ola na bolaya basadi abatshepisha mmereko. It was the same year. It was the same year. So, and then I started doing my research. Gape ke bona this issue is even worse. And I try to check out what could be the cause. There's so many things still women go through. And about commodity. And yeah, and I think all those things can understand how you need to sit and found something like this.
Have you been in an abusive relationship?
No, luckily.
No sign yana.
No.
Mpamanyana.
Nix.
Nix.
I'd be lying.
Good.
Never.
I think we are doing good as well.
Yeah.
And you worked with children, schools, orphanage. Why do you believe early childhood development, maybe a boy-child grooming, is key to avoid these things? Don't you think what is something that we need to plant mo baneng salbabanyane? Because that thing you can grow with it, or it can, I feel like, or it can be kept for some sort.
Look, ke gotse ka gara lapa la bakreste, ne? And I know my grandmother used to say that Proverbs verse, ya gore train up a child in a way, what not. And when you're old, you won't depart from that truth, right? And Gaspedi Papa used to say something something like that. I can't remember, but something like that. So all those things kindangana gore.
Setswana se re bo sepa ba ntja bo du bua bo salemetse. I think let's
something like that.
Yeah.
So ka mokgwa nna ke godisitsweng ka gona le mamtlha I'm still carrying that thing, and I strongly believe gore ge nkebe le gore re lebelela in that sense ya gore can we groom our boy children basale ba banyane in a way ya gore le bona ba kgone go shisha gore there's certain things we can't do them this way. E ka re thusha. Now I'm looking into the aspect of GBV. Like I just mentioned, my friend's relationship, it is sharp because now from a village, that guy lacked 1, 2, 3. Self-love, over the mother was supposed to give him, not my friend. And I'm going back to that as parents, we are contributing to that because especially bashimane re na le ntho le gore mmereko kwa banyana mmereko kwa bashimane, and banyana ba soft bashimane ba le re ba diang ba bothata, something like that, le ge re ba godisha in that sense gore o ke moshimane or o kry-ile le ba ile gore o ska o tlo lwa le wena go betha ke moshimane. Those are the things now in my house, they don't exist. Ge ke tswa le bana ba ka, I believe gore ngwana o mo ruta ka mokgwa gore a ba lekane Let there be gender equality. A gona gore ngwana ke ngwanyana, therefore o ke ngwanyana o santse a
Tshwantse a hlatswe dibjana,
aye
a rope
re mo di-spa, re mo di
Yeah.
whatnot, and then o ke
Yeah.
moshimane. No. Bana re ba ruta ba sa le ba banyane, ra ba ruta go ba rata go lekana, ra ba introduce to things equally the same way. Then in that sense, a re tlo ba le bothata ge ngwana a itswa le monna a feel gore o ne le mosadi jalo nna must mother her, or my daughter feel gore papa ka a mpha the love that I want. Now somebody's son must father my child. No.
Have you had cases where the abuse is now, you are dealing with a case and where the person abused is a man?
Yo, there's a lot.
Ba bethwa Majita.
There was a time where ke tshwara di-program ko Thobela FM.
Ba papatliwa bafowethu.
Eish, wa tseba kwa morago ne ke sa e bone ne, up until by introduce her to that program. Maybe I tshwara that program in the morning ka 5 last year. And be re call out everyone to speak to us anonymously if you want to. And trust me.
Banna balla.
Yo, basadi re dipo. And I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not taking sides. I get gender-based, we are equal. Basadi ke dipo. Le last year ke mo ke addressa ke as a guest speaker ne ke bolela gore no, as much as re ba le di program tša basadi, a re tlo fihla mo ra re dimpokoto. We must also address the issue gore a re tlogele go ba dipo ka ntlong, because we know or once a man stands up for himself, and I get banna ba tla berekisha the masculine. Nampile wa tseba gore ke tlo founela maphodisa tlo kitima.
Although there's no excuse there.
Yeah, for
Mara
yes.
nako nngwe le- you know how
We
to
are
press their
provocative.
buttons.
We are provocative.
Yeah.
Wa tseba gore, yeah. And I'm not saying banna santse ba re bethu, no. I'm just saying gore le rena re na le mo re na le diphoso tša go direla gore banna ba dire. And the other thing e le gore ka gara tsona di cases tše le gore be re di tshwere ke be go ne le taba ya the issue of financial crisis when a man does not have anything. Eish, mosadi nampile ke poo yela ya gore go lla ka seeta, and sometimes monna o ka nthwela gore because ke monna santse ke nku ke llela teng, I can't.
Nako nngwe then wa bust.
And then you burst, then it becomes a problem.
But as you have dealt with so many cases, especially even with women, what are the red flags that you think maybe you can advise our viewers or born? If you see this happening, please pay attention. Something could be going wrong. Because I'm thinking maybe, for instance, when I was growing up, if I get involved with you and then I find 19 missed calls, that's it. Wa gafa. Ke tlo tsamaya le segafi.
But who?
I would be offended if we are fighting, you get out of my car, you bang the door. It's enough for us to break down, to break up. You bang the door, o latlhela wa thuba sebeana. O thuba nna tlhogo one day. It ends right there. So my point, Kore, what are the red flags that you think people should watch and check, especially in the beginning of a relationship?
How you communicate, how you address issues should be one of the things tse le gore a di lebelela. A gona ntho eo se le ka go tshwana le gore motho o re bolela le ena a emelele and walk away. The day he decides to sit into that conversation, it might not end well. A gona ntho e borang go tshwana le ge o re wa addressa a situation, motho a raise a voice. One day, that voice
But
will be
nako
raising.
nngwe o nyaka go vana. Kara, like, for instance, one rasetsa be ke re, let me go out.
I ke re ka nnete, I'm trying to ke bolelela working out. Aowa, tla be le request ke ola gore a sa kere.
Ebe wena o tshwara le batho,
So I'm saying
o re
gore-
ha ona ko o yang. You know that I think someone has experienced this. O bo mongwe a tshwara le batho, ha ona ko o yang, wa gafa. Wa dula mo.
Then it's a pele. A o tlo emela gore tšatši le le gore a re dule wa dula o tlo betha ka pane ka ntlo, because o tlo go betha ka yona. And nna ntho e ke sa e rateng ke raising voices. Le nna ke ane le go no rasa nako nngwe kere, but ke boye and apologize.
Okay,
But
so,
I make sure
so
gore I don't
walking
repeat.
away, raising voices
Yeah,
is
and-
one of the red flags.
Yeah, depending le gore le bolela ka eng. Ke nako nngwe se go no re ke ra gore o ne le go rasa ga go no re motho ano a tsena ka ntlong ko re le a tšhaba, because la tseba gore o tlo phela a tlhamile ntho o sena anything. Gape that noise e tlo direla, it's either the recipient might act on it, or le wena on that day tla be le gore o ready ya gore a ka nfetola, so I'm gonna do something.
Why tshwantse o be le motho motšhaba? Why tshwantse you stay in a relationship le motho o mo tshaba?
I'll stay, you go. Why don't you then?
Something is wrong there.
Something, yeah. And then the other thing, Gori, when you have a partner in a relationship, always shies away from discussing deeper issues. But you suppress.
No, mara some of us are really tired.
Mara some wa bolela cappuccino, bolela o na le mongwe wena o sa ntse o ba mmotsa.
No, man, we just want peace, man.
Even if there is a situation that you need to resolve. I can run to bolela ka taba hore ke eng e ka be ya go causa the red flags ke eng. Gape ka relationship, if you guys cannot discuss or kry lore this situation and address botse in
Okay,
a civil
bottling
way.
things is another.
Bottling.
The third one.
Yeah, yeah. And then, yeah, I think jana tse tsa go tswa mo kry motho o phone la o kare.
Because ke feel hore ne, before mpama, the first mpama, something happens. There's pushing. Before it's a no, you can't just from nowhere. Ke feel hore there's a build up. There's wena wanga fela wena.
Ke mashata, Luigi,
Tlo bolaya.
it's the noise that I'm talking
Wa
about.
motlogela. Akere. What's ke? O tlo ntirisa diphoso. Wa bela, the guy. Then the next thing, wa khotla wa push. Akere? This is a build up. I'm telling you of a build up now. The next thing ke lasha. Ya tsena wa go. Wa tsaba mpa me fisha ba? Na ka etse ba mpa.
Na ke o
Re go tsere tshelana godi. Wa tsha e tsena o utlwe re e lendile.
O tshela ke ma.
Machita mo strateng re go la eng mo ngare shala. Mara most of them ba ba ithomileng so ya ba fetsa pele. Ne, go fa scenario which I feel or ke reality of what's happening.
Okay.
Fine, the person, I'm so sorry, I don't know how it came out. I'm not like this. Please forgive me. I will never do that again. What. I get it? The next one, ke mpa ma tshetse ke shwa. Ka bolawa na mpya. It's fair.
Yo.
I get it? No, these are realities that we see. What's in the trivia? No. Next time, ke tlo e bolaya ke di face bjano. Ngwana batho a e mmerekong ka bošio gore o ya ka makeup tse dingwe le di-glass tsa go tshwana tsa tšhomi yago. Onkwešiše a re sa bona ga botse gore go dialang. It's a build up. Then from go thuba motho bjanong, what's next? Go kgamella.
Aish.
Hey, wa tseba a mporampola a nkgamile ke kore moya wa tswa ngwana batho ba mo kgame gore ebile a rota. Wa nkwešiše a dule. Ke a mo rata ke monnaka. Monna banna o tla ba kry-a kae?
And they say that.
A dule. Then tšatši le leng bjanong e lendile mo hlooho, bullet. Then we can't reverse. My point is, the reason I'm giving this scenario, kore, don't we have the power to stop these things when they are starting? And one of the things that we must do, I think, is walking away or stating the boundaries. But I don't know. I mean, if it crosses here, for instance, it's enough. What's going to happen after?
Hey, Mara. Cappuccino. Well, we do it. I also do it sometimes. Mara.
Abuse.
Mara. Not now.
You're a gender-based abuse.
Ko morao kwale. But I've never had or seen myself as. Because no kungwa kwate mara kwate singa gore
No, after ke married. Isn't it?
no. Okay, now it's about nane. Now if my partner I think now for me monna ka nroga ke tlo tsamaya.
Because you're dealing with that. But my point, Kore, there are cases tse leng hore you have dealt with women. I think if you haven't done that, you need to do this diagnosis. How did it start? You'll realize this person for years and years has been taking this thing. Ke phone mang? Ke nyo ka re ke producer ka kwa e na le new love. Ka re ba founelana. So my point kuro, if you can
Yeah.
check, it's years and years and years. Motho ha no tla a ba re thuntse mosadi ka 15 bullets. This person has been poking. Ho na le mabadi,
Yeah.
ho na le lebadi la eng mo. Ho na le lebadi la nako re tswa lenyalong, o ntile so. Nako ke tsamaile le bakgotsi ba ka boa nkira so. Nako a irang. Ka 2004 o dile so. 2001 sala ntia so. 2017 o ntile so. So we stay and stay until re tswa ka lebokoso ka mo ntlong. You understand? And I'm telling, I can expect into this thing. But maybe we should walk away. You see? Na nkare ke buile a mosadi a ka mpetha ka mpama. Hawa o tlo mpolaya.
You're done.
Hawa o tlo
Game
mpolaya
over.
mosadi.
And it's supposed to be like that. Nna ke nagana gore it should be in that way. I remember there was a time ke attendile the summit ya mo ya provincial. Dr. Poppy Ramathuba. I love that woman.
Well, ke premier, we must love her.
It's not like ke no rata le the
No, I
way she
mean,
does things ka gona.
We must love the
Ka
premier.
gona.
Premier, we love you.
The order of things, how she does. So she was addressing yona ntho ya GBV and ebile advice gore lena basadi bo mme le gona ka moki. You guys must stop saying ko baneng ba lena gore lebitla la mosadi ke bogadi or eng. Even she even said bona lebitla la mosadi or lebitla le ko silicone kwa. I even laughed. I'm like, these are the things we need to teach our children. I get rena, okay, at least rena naga gae, my mom was able to say our generation ya rena there is parents ba no ba kgone gore botsa gore okay, if it's not working out, it's not working out. So le rena from here on we are saying we need to teach the generation to come gore
You know,
it's enough for you
I
to
have
walk
a
away.
daughter, ne? And I was thinking the other time, the way I love her so much. If there's one thing, if you know, I don't know how to control it, I must prepare myself mentally. If I hear or mfana mongwe o mmethile, I could be going to jail. A ke tswa nkushana.
Okay.
I don't want to even reach there. Kore, if go utlwa ba re ba mmethile, because I've never nna ke mad. I can imagine ke mad. Understand? If kore a ke tsebe, prof, if you come back, you hear ba re your daughter go university, o bethile ke setlaela sa o palla le ko tlhatswa underwear.
Mara now I'm saying I ke re wa bona ka mokgwa e bolelang ka gona goes back to gore wena o santse I ke re o bo bolela ka taba tša di build up ya ra gore mashallah mmet your daughter has passed through those stages
Tshwantse ke mo rute gore
santse mo
bona.
ruta gore e sa thoma mo walk away.
Yeah.
Banna ba ka mo lefaseng ba re le metlha mofero ka ba ra shara ba 7 if it means your share of 7 o le gore ga go beti let it be. I am not saying polygamy ke emela, but I'm just saying gore don't stand for a man.
We tshwere mo le mo polygamy. Mo le gona we tshwere. Mo le o tla pele.
Yeah, but I'm saying gore nna gore ke dule le an abusive man, I'd rather be in a polygamy relationship. Gore ke dule ka
tshwara
gara.
sharp, ne?
Yeah, yes. But I don't believe in it though. I'm just saying, give an example.
Motloela o phela sekgala. Tsena sethembong. O tswe mo dilong. Your mental health event, yeah, not all wounds are visible, was a major success.
Yo.
And what were some of the most powerful moments that you got from the event?
Oh,
Not all wounds are visible. Hape re dula le digafi. Wa we o re phela le digafi, batho ba na le mathata who are ticking time bombs.
but Rena again, I think that was my first baby. Yo, that event was speaking to me. Ge ke tlo- e re tlo thoma go e dira, ne? And we were trying to speak out, trying to encourage people to caress their inner child, so that ga o tlo tswa o e tswa mo bathong, e be le gore you have healed enough. Gore motho a ska tla experience your traumas. That is one thing e le gore be re focused on it, ne? And now for me, it was not about like caressing my inner child, but it was basically coming from the wound that I got when I was engaged. And there were things still on, I suppressed them. I could not say much ka tsona. Ended up being depressed, being admitted in psychiatric. Mara ne ke sa drawing. Ibe no ba nice. Kra hore ne sa a se ke draw. I didn't get to that extent. It's just that things that I was going through, I did not say much up until the day the family and ne le gona ba ekwa dilo tse le goreng I bottled them up. Even my therapist in Ampujagore, you need to learn to speak out because these things, and as a mother, you are going to pass this energy to your child. Learn to speak out. All those invisible wounds, learn to do. Yeah, so it was more of that, a combination of learn to, because the one little trauma, we have people when I was growing up, and yeah, that was basically issues that,
I
yeah.
see. No, you had a very good tagline. Not all wounds are visible. It's scary. Uh, you know, in my experience, I've met people and I would feel like this person is damaged. And damage bona enka se iriselo. Motho bona go fedile. The only way we can actually be in peace gore ke tswa mo ena, di sa tlo. O bona ka the mannerism. I'm so sensitive. Like if I go with you to a restaurant, wa roga waiter, yo, they deconofela that there and there. And there are many cases ke re, o ena o a ka se tlhela a mpone. You understand? Because of also how you would treat other people,
Another
how
people,
you would I'm so sensitive to a point when you are driving and go na le sa drive-isane sharp, what you say to the other person, yo, ke no lebelela ka kwae yao ke ra ke last time ke namela koloi
a child.
e chaile because ke feel gore those small traits ke build up
Yes.
something that can actually come to you and that reaches to a point where you can see there's a wound but it's not visible. Sele, like collaborating is very powerful. And just tell us more about your current partnership, especially with the eyes of the nation. How it is impacting this GBV space.
Well, I met Eyes of the Nation committee somewhere late last year. Bekiloko Prof Jok, yeah, Kwaladana. And one of the kennel there, one Bargonar, I've been looking and watching, like follow your page and how you do things. And there's this forum. I would like you to meet these people. We are having a meeting next week. So I would like you to join them. And I went there, Ravali, they were presenting work. So basically, they deal with GBV and based go Muleji. And their organization in the retired police people and so yeah, basically ba bereka ka GBV. So we're no collaborator when they have events. We'll go when there's issues of GBV. Mo ileng ke palla ko fihla ke le ka mo Polokwane ke moletsi. That is re no berekishana go ya ka moghanano we. And yeah, that is. And there's many more other organizations still we work with besides the GBV. And and we also work hand in hand with the issues we can step in and help them as well. And yeah, so we are for collaboration, anything that will help our society to have a crime-free.
Any other
community.
projects outside GBV that you're working on?
Yeah, so I invested so much in giving the community. And luckily, I think I struggle miracle as such. But I believe I'm called to lead, to employ. And the employee, being an employee is not in me. I say, Lojak. And I decided, or let me officially open or register a company looking at what do I want to do? Manufacture. I've always wanted to manufacture organic products. And currently I'm busy with them. Ke butse company ya ka ke di na le Pty Ltd. And ka mogare ga yona we are doing modeling coaching. And I'll be launching my beauty products tse ke di dirang very soon. And yeah, entrepreneurship, it's me. So I'm currently doing all those things. Le gane jwa jo, I'm in training, yeah, beauty therapy. So the bigger vision is gore I want to own a big beauty spa. Ka mogare ga yona santse ke tle ke kgone go ntsha di trainings ka gare ga yona, and also my kids. Yeah, batlo ba part of ba di pageant, ba di modeling. I'm going to link them, and also with that, I will be also giving the services to the victims to GBV. But while on batla gore na ba kgone ke direla, I'll be offering them those things. So ge ke balance the community, I must also have something it brings income at home.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
No, can see you are generous. Wafa. Now tlema warfa selo.
So
You know, you must correct it.
I will
You
definitely
must
do
give us
that.
something. I want us to close. But looking ahead, what are your hopes and plans for Lentswe Laka Foundation? And then, if there's anything you want to tell the viewers, any advice?
Okay. Lentswe Laka le gola every day. So the plan for next year, re tlo ba busy ka di skills development training. And like I said, gore, the reason why I had the other companies because ke nyaka go di link together. Obviously with the team that I work with, Collins, because I'm not alone. I have a very great team in the directors. And also, re tla bona ka ngwaga o tlang, because so far what I've planned, my vision board is almost completed with the plans that I had for the organization. And my message to everyone, gore, can we learn to communicate? Because ka gare ga GBV, gore, anything that has to do with GBV, it's about communication.
Yeah.
And the other message I want to leave ke for batswadi. Can we find a better way of nurturing our children? A re direng ntho ela ya gender equality. That is one thing I always emphasize. Gore the root cause, na go ya ka nna ge ke lebeletse, e thoma mo go godisheng bana ba sa le ba banyane. Oh, that is why I'm actually le gane jwa ke dira ECD, because I'm trying to see gore foundation phase e tlo bereka ntšha, how can I link it le Lentswe Laka ge ke ya ka ko ntle ke dira di-skills training development and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
counseling, you know. But batswadi, let's learn to balance bana. Ngwana moshimane le ngwananyana ba lekana. Le yona ntho ele ya girl child work, or take a girl child to work, I always rebuke it. Gore, why girl child, not both? You know, yeah, Mother's Day, mother to daughter, no, mother to children, because it's a boy and a girl child. Let's learn to gender equality, so that bana ba rena ba gola ga botse le bona ba se broken, ba tlo fetša ba ngapana ba ya ka ntle ba dependa gore the next child wa godisitsweng ga botse, now they must now heal that child o leng a le broken, a shotileng lerato la batswadi. Ke tsona tše di causang GBV. Otherwise, apart from that, yeah, that's all I can say.
No. Ramokone, we thank you for coming to Just Talk with DJ Cappuccino. I think it's one of those powerful episodes that we've had. We hope like it will have an impact on someone's life, and it will change even the psyche around how people treat their loved ones, how men sometimes, because most of us, this thing is coming from men,
Yes.
treat their women and mishandle them and beat them up.
Thank you so much for having me, DJ Cappuccino.
Sure. To the viewers, thank you for listening to Just Talk with DJ Cappuccino. Don't forget to comment, share the platform, subscribe, give us advice, criticize us so that we can grow. Just Talk with DJ Cappuccino.